Hey everyone, welcome to my channel for another exciting fun-filled episode on this Passagemaker dinghy build. The weather's cooled down here in Florida just a little bit, so it's time to get back to work on this project. We got lots to do, so let's get at it. Alright then, so I haven't been completely not doing anything. I've been, most of what I've been doing is putting epoxy on the yard and the booms and then sanding it off. So finally I think we're getting pretty close now. This doesn't look too bad, and I think I can get, at least on this surface here, I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up, but it's got a nice nice even surface on it now. Finally ended up having to do it not vertically standing up with that rig I had, but putting it on the table and doing this side. This is from yesterday, so it still needs to cure a little bit before I can sand it down. The only problem I had is, and I thought I was careful, but I've got quite a bit of drippage on the other side that I'm going to have to clean up. I'm not sure if I'll have to do this side or not, but we'll have to clean up quite a bit of drippage here on, and I put it pretty thick on this side. I've got the yard inside, doing one surface on it in the horizontal position, and I put it on just a little bit thinner than this coat here, so we'll see how that goes. But the main reason I started videoing again here is because today I want to see if we can at least start on fixing my mistake here. So what I've done is I've got a piece of string down the center here, and you can kind of see where we're off there on the dagger board trunk, and I wanted to put this string in here to see what kind of dimensions I'm looking at. So you can see I've got a line in the center there and another mark, and what my plan is to do, I've got a little paper template I made up here, and it should be something like this. So this is kind of what the plug will be. I'll have to see how close I got that. Yeah, so it's just about right. So this will be on both the top and the bottom, and once I get the dagger board trunk out, then I can come back and router out this area and then make a plug to fit back in it. Now how I'm going to do that is going to be a whole different story. I've got one idea on how I'm going to do that, a couple ideas actually. So I'm working through that. So how I'm going to do a pattern and then make the plug is still to be determined. But anyways, I want to get this. So I got that settled on about what it's going to look like. But now to get that dagger board chunk out, I think I'm actually going to flip the boat back over and then get up underneath it. And I think that'll be at least more comfortable for me and a little bit easier, since I'll be able to sit on the stool and get up in there. So let me get that done, and we'll see how that looks. All right, managed to get the boat turned upside down without too many swear words, and pointed out something I had all forgotten about. I'll be able to do the cleanup here on the rub rails, be able to clean up this epoxy on both sides and get that done while this is upside down. But for now, let's get in here underneath. Oof. I think this will be much better. Sorry for the echo in here. So my plan is, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to record of this, but I've got a oscillating tool, and we'll try to keep is flat to this surface here. I don't want to cut into the dagger board trunk at all. I want to try to hit the seam all the way along here, and of course in back, and then up there. So I got, oops, I got quite a bit of oscillating tool work here to go. I'll see if I can set you up, and you can, we'll try to record at least a little bit of this. All right then, I got my dust mask on, my noise canceling headphones, camera's kind of set up. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, so I think I'm going to start here at the front first. Let's see how this, I better start at the back. You going to be able to see that? Nope. All right, we'll try starting here in the front. Probably need a better solution for a light there. And I need the vacuum cleaner handy. Alright, take two. I think this is going to work pretty good. It's just going to take an awful long time. It might even take me a couple days. Well, I'm pretty sure it'll take me a couple days, because even though I'm working at kind of eye level here, it's still going to be quite the chore to hold up the oscillating tool. That's all right. I'll just keep poking away, and we'll get this Dagger board trunk cut out. Alrighty then, I think, not sure how I'm going to show this. Alright then, so it's going pretty good. I think I got a little spot there that I got a little bit dug in, but for the most part, I think that first cut went pretty darn good. We'll have to take a couple breaks in between, because it's still pretty warm out here, especially up underneath this boat. It's kind of stifling. So anyways, let me go ahead and pause here. I'm going to keep on going with this. If I run into something good or somewhere where I screw up, I'll make sure to try to record that. All right, I'm not sure if I'll call this a public service announcement or a pro tip, but before you start cutting out your Dagger board trunk, always remember to remove the screws first, or else you'll ruin the oscillating saw blade. Not that that's what happened, but I'm just saying. I might have to go get new ones of those. That's all right. The ones on the other side, up on the that we did from the bottom down, and actually the ones that screwed it up are covered with epoxy. So those are going to be interesting to get out. But I'll go ahead and finish this part up and get the bottom loose first, I think, here before I get to the top, which will probably be another day. All right, then. It's another day out here in the shed, and see, I've got the bottom, and I think I've got the back over there. I think that's loose too. So I've already done the other side of the trunk over here, so now I'm just finishing up the last part. I think the problem area is going to be back here. I had to do some digging back there in that corner to get the get most of it out. So we'll see. We'll go ahead and finish up this up here at the top, and then we'll see where we're hung up at. Geez, I think it's gonna come out here. Hold on, let me ow. Woohoo! Oh, what a mess. Alright, alright. Overall, to be honest, it really doesn't look quite as bad or quite as good as I'd hoped. So I guess that's saying something. Alright then, so here's the, we're upside down, remember, so here's the top. And it doesn't look too bad. Looks like I got it really close to the right surface here, and then the same up at the top here. It looks like we're pretty close. On the back here, we got a little bit of a spot here that's going to need some filling in, I think, and then got a little bit of a spot down here. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I think I can give this a good sand, all these sides here, and then we'll have to do quite a bit of cleanup on the Dagger board trunk itself. But overall, I'm pretty darn happy on getting this out. So yep, like I said yesterday, I got quite a bit of. Let me get out of here. Quite a bit of work here to do with sanding and then cleaning up this, and I think I'm probably even going to take a first shot at getting a good sand on the outside of the hole here, since it's upside down. Still too warm to do any kind of epoxying out here, but it's cool enough where I can work 3-4 hours out here in the morning without dying. So I think that's my my life here for the next couple days anyways, is to do quite a bit of cleanup on this. I did get another coat of epoxy inside on the yard this morning, and hopefully I'll bring that out tomorrow. And I also, like I said, I've got cleanup to do on the boom. So we'll do a lot of cleanup and and hopefully I'll probably take the boom back inside. Yeah, I guess I'll plan on doing it tomorrow morning and getting a coat on the other side here. So I just need to get a coat on this side here after I get rid of all of the drips. So let me pause here. I'll do, like I said, I'm going to do some cleanup. I might come back and show you some of that once I figure out this. This is kind of strong and brittle here, so I'm not real sure how I'm going to clean this up quite yet. It's got, and plus I've got an edge here, so I'm not real sure how I'm going to go about this, cleaning the underside of this rub rail out. But we'll figure out something and be back later. All right then, so been using the little finger sander here, and a pretty rough grit. I think this is either 60 or I think it's 60 or might be 80. But anyways, using it and going along seems to at least get a first pass down and get rid of some of these heftier chunks. And then I think that's what I'll have to do is keep going along, getting the worst off, going to another grit, and then just keep working at it. I don't want to go too far with this because this will definitely take off a lot of material. So I don't want to go overboard here on the first pass. So it'll take a little while. Yep, so there you go. I think it looks okay for a first pass. Get rid of all the rough edges, and this edge here, this corner here, is going to be a little bit of a bear to clean up. I might try to get a file in here or something. Or the other thing that I'm thinking is once I get this cleaned up the best I can, is to come back with some wood flour filled epoxy and put a nice little fillet in here all along this edge. I'm just to cover up this and get a nice look here is really what I'm thinking. I don't think it would hurt any, and it would definitely be better than trying to get this down to bare wood, I think. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'll keep working at this. I'll keep going through different levels of sandpaper as we work our way down and see where we end up at. All right, then, another day out here in the shed, and it is dark 30 out here. Nice and early, still kind of cool. It's 78 out here actually now, so that's pretty nice. Anyways, I did get this rub rail cleaned up pretty good. Can't remember if I showed it yesterday or not. One of the things that I think I'm going to try to do here shortly is do the round over on the bottom part of this rub rail while I've got the boat upside down. Remember, the book talks about doing it in several short passes so that it doesn't splinter, because we are under quite a bit of tension here on this rub rail. So that ought to be fun. So anyways, I got this side done to the point that I'm good with it now. Looks pretty good. I am going to come back and put another fillet here using wood-filled thickened epoxy on the seam here on both sides. I'll do that. But I think I want to do the router first on the edge before I do that. And then on this side, I got started on this and then realized that I should have been working on the boom to get it inside for epoxy this morning, but unfortunately it turned into a almost a wet sand issue yesterday because I was sweating so much after it got warmed up. But anyway, so I got that finished up this morning. The boom's back inside, ready for hopefully its final coat of epoxy. I do have the yard here, and it is gonna be still a little bit tacky from the final coat inside yesterday, and I do have quite a few spots that are going to need some sanding, but it should be like on this side here. You see, I've got, how the heck do I get rid of the drips? Anyways, so I got the drips on this side, but on this side it's also got a pretty good thickness already on it, so I'm hoping I can just get away with getting rid of these the drips here, and this will be ready for a varnish. So anyways, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm not ready to varnish yet. Probably be 3 or 4 weeks, I think, before the temperature gets to the point where I can do some varnishing. And so we're going to be putting both the yard and the boom aside until that happens. So today I'm going to work on finishing up the rub rail here, and then I'm probably going to be spending the next couple of I hope it's not weeks, but at least a week or so doing a pretty good sand on the bottom here. And then of course we've got the trunk. What did I do with that? What did I do with the Dagger board trunk? I know it's around here somewhere. I just had it. Oh, I bet it's underneath here. Yeah, I think it's underneath. In fact, I think it's right there. Yep. All right, good. So so like I said, I'll be doing some sanding here, and then the Dagger board trunk, I think, will be the getting that fit back in place, or at least getting ready to, will be a major part of the next couple weeks. So, but I'm waiting on some stuff for that. So anyways, I'm going to be doing some sanding. So let me see how far I get with the sanding, and we'll be back. Now for the fun part. The only get so far with that. Only get so far with the power finger sander. I like to finish it up with hand sanding here, especially along these edges. I'm going to have to come back and do another coat of epoxy along here, but I've got some other drips and stuff that'll have to be done. Whew. Nice little workout. All right, time for a break. Go ahead and stop the recording here. So I'm going to do the same thing on the back half of the boat, and then hopefully later on today we'll get started on sanding the whole boat, which ought to be a lot of fun. Alrighty then, time to get into this sanding. So got 120 grit sandpaper, got the vacuum cleaner hooked up, everything's ready to go. Turn on some tunes, maybe, if I can figure these darn headphones out. Whew. Alright, so a couple things I learned about sanding is wipe off or vacuum off where especially on this epoxy, because it kind of covers up. If it doesn't get moved, it gets kind of covered up where you're sanding, and you don't see you've gone through to the wood, which I've done in quite a few places. That's all right. So we knew we were going to get another. We're going to have to do at least a second coat on this. Up at the top, I want to be even a little bit more careful because, or the bottom rather, this section here is, remember what we fiberglass. I'm trying to be real careful there. See a little bit of the weave along here, but for the most part, yeah, that's my life for the next couple days or weeks, is doing some sanding. I'll have to come back and do some hand sanding along these fillets, I think. That's about it. This epoxy eats up the sandpaper, that's for sure. I might as well go ahead and order another box now. Anyways, I'll pause here and we'll finish up the episode later. Alrighty then. So yeah, it gets still gets pretty warm pretty quick out here. I've got to stop here, or else this will turn into a wet sand here with the sweat dripping off of me. So anyways, yeah, so I'm not sure yet if the next video will be in 1 week or in 2 weeks. I'm going to try to do it in 1 week, but it might push out to 2 weeks. But you want to make sure to catch that episode, because it's going to be something, at least some of it's going to be quite a bit different, pretty interesting. So I think you want to make sure you watch next week if you don't watch anything else. But anyways, wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me, and please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.